staff and students, I would like to thank you for coming out tonight to support our students in their extracurricular endeavors. And now, without delay, let's start our concert.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Andrew Blayo. I am the Director of Bands here at the high school. And the ensemble you see up here to start off our winter concert is the percussion ensemble. They've got so many different instruments up here, and you heard kind of a full array during that first piece entitled Clockwork. It's a really cool piece that kind of pushed these students to think outside of the box. Normally there's a melody and a harmony, and we got a cool groove going on in the rhythm section. And while you heard some of that in that piece, that Clockwork was really meant to kind of sound like you're sitting in like a cuckoo clock, like a room with all these clocks, and then they all just start like going off one by one. And then at the very end there, you heard that like all these clocks were going off at the same time, and then it ended with the classic grandfather clock. So that was a really cool piece that we got to explore some different kinds of musical parameters. Next you're going to hear, very fitting for wintertime, Parade of the Penguins. And then we are going to close out our set with Mutiny. Right, so the theme of this concert, if we're going to put a theme on it, is lots of moving. So you'll see all of the students mass migrating back to their instruments. And lots of movement going on up here. We've got really fast stage changes. You'll hear the from Symphonic Band, Wind Ensemble, and Mega Band here in a little bit. We were not able to fit Mega Band on our fall concert. So for those of you new to the high school concerts, that's when we take Symphonic Band and Wind Ensemble and mash them together to play some pretty awesome music. So you just heard Parade of the Penguins. It's a quirky little piece. You hear cool rhythm section groove going on in the background. it sounds like you're trying to corral a bunch of penguins, and that's kind of like what my job is sometimes with all these kids, trying to get them to move at the same time. The final piece you'll hear is mutiny. Now, we're not going to do this, right? We're not going to do this. But they said, Mr. Play, you know what would be really cool after we play this piece? What if we throw you off the stage, like the title suggests, and then we'll take over the concert from there? I said, we'll see. But I don't think it's in the cards. Sorry, everybody. But here is mutiny. So we've got our one and only stage change coming up here. So that does it for the percussion ensemble portion of our concert. We're going to bring out some chairs, some stands, and we're going to get the other concert ensembles out here. But at this time, I would like to welcome up Mrs. Fullstitch, our booster president, to talk a little bit more about the boosters.
Thanks, Mr. Playo. So my name is Lori. I'm president of the Music Boosters here. A lot of you have heard this spiel before, so I'm not going to bore you for too long, you know we're a registered nonprofit. We support K-12 music here. Some examples of things we do include the running the concession stand with the sports boosters, and that funds our scholarships. And I especially wanted to mention that since some of you here have seniors, and they should be going to the guidance office to find the booster scholarship application and get that in by the spring. I'm pretty sure that's due April 1st. That's usually a $500 scholarship, but it could be more, so it's definitely a worthwhile one to try for. Some other things we do, we organize fundraisers for student accounts. Coming up this spring, we're hoping to have a fundraiser with Fraycon Farm, selling pies and quiche just in time for Easter, so keep an eye out for that. We'll also probably do our Gerber Daisy sale with the choir concert. We also help to run the Jazz Festival, which is coming up on Friday, March 14th, and that will be kicking off at 6 p.m. with the middle school jazz band, so please come out and see us then. So how can you get involved? Well, you can attend another meeting. If you want to attend the booster meeting, that is usually the second Thursday of the month at 7:30 here at the high school or via WebEx. However, this month we are meeting on March 20th, third Thursday, due to all the chaos with the Jazz Festival. But you certainly do not have to attend a meeting to get involved. I know a lot of you in this audience have kiddos in the indoor programs, in the jazz program, so get involved with those programs in any way that you can. We really appreciate all the support we can get. Many hands make for light work. If you do have questions about getting involved, meetings aren't your thing, you can email us at dboonmusicinfo@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook. We usually announce our booster meetings there as well. And thanks all for coming tonight, for supporting DBAHS music, and enjoy the rest of the show.
All right, so thanks for hanging in there during the stage change. It's the only one we've got tonight, but thank you to all the students who were able to help and the teachers as well. This band that you see before you is Symphonic Band. So these students it's a group comprised of 9th through 12th graders, and you heard them back in the fall play a couple pieces. Tonight you're going to hear them play a piece called Fanfare for the Third Planet, all about Earth, and hopefully bring in an earlier spring than maybe what Punxsutawney Phil told us a couple weeks ago. So here is Fanfare for the Third Planet. this time, the symphonic band is going to head down and sit in the seats while the wind ensemble takes the stage. We'll have a wind ensemble tune for you, and then we're going to welcome symphonic band back up for our mega band piece. ensemble up on stage here. This is a group of primarily upper class students, grades 10, 11, 12, with a couple ninth graders sprinkled in there. This is our audition ensemble, and you'll notice if we talked about theme earlier during percussion ensemble, stage changes. The musical theme for at least the wind bands is each group played a concert opening piece. So we heard a fanfare from the symphonic band, and now you're going to hear an overture from the wind ensemble. This is Dreamer's Overture. And to close out our concert, I would like to welcome back up the symphonic band that we're going to combine for our awesome mega band piece, Pixar Movie Magic. So while we get a million kids up on stage, I would just like to commend each and every one of these students that you see up on the stage tonight. For those of you who have had a student at the high school for a couple years now, know that normally we do 2 concerts a year. Typical winter concert, sometime either like right before Thanksgiving break or shortly after, and then the choir follows the week after. This year we're doing something different, and we're doing 3 concerts this year, and it's been a faster than usual turnaround for these students. They have a lot going on, lots of music extracurriculars, lots of classes. I always like to brag that I truly do have some of the best kids in the school here. They take 1 in a million AP courses. They always get the highest accolades. So on top of all the other amazing things that they do, they find time to squeeze a 3rd concert in. So they have done just a fantastic job, and especially with this mega band piece where these classes normally don't meet at the same time. They've only had about 3 rehearsals together as a 70-ish person band. So they really have done a great job. So let's hear it one more time for all these amazing students. Third row. There we go. Playing musical chairs up here. And then just a couple thank yous from me before I introduce our piece while we wait for our 3rd row to shuffle down. A huge thank you to all of administration for allowing us to be able to put something on like this. Thank you for your support as always. Thank you to the other music teachers in the district and the rest of the high school staff for always supporting the arts here at the high school. Special shout out to Mrs. Snavely, who's here helping with stage crew tonight. And that looks like we're all set up, so we'll do one more time. But our final piece tonight, our mega band piece, is Pixar Movie Magic. If you know something about me, it is I am a sucker for movie scores. And when I saw this one online, I knew we had to play it. Pixar movies have some of the greatest scores of all time. So you'll see in your program that we'll hear songs from classic movies like Up, Cars, Ratatouille, The Incredibles, and and Toy Story. How could I forget about Toy Story? So this will feature a lot of sections in the band. Please follow along. And without further ado, we'll tune, and then we'll close out our concert. right, thank you all again so much for coming out tonight. Let's hear it one more time for all these fantastic people. All right, well, we hope to see you at the Jazz Fest that will be hosted here in a couple weeks on March 14th. If we're not able to catch you then, we will see you for the Spring and the Pops concert towards the end of April and the beginning of May. Thank you all again so much for coming out tonight, and have a safe drive home.